In Uruguay, academics in different sectors of society are conducting research on the different ways in which the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted on men and women. Our correspondent Mateo Grille has the story.
The profound inequality between women and men emerged again, now during the pandemic in Uruguay. According to various reports, the social and economic consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic impacted differently each gender. Women not only work more in their formal employment, but also increase their unpaid workload.
In addition to being in the labor market, increasing their workload, something that happened for all women is that they have seen increase the burden of unpaid work in households. Because of the closure of schools, care centers, and so on. This burden of unpaid work, which has already carried out mostly by women, has increased, and a structural feature of the society.
The supply and demand of formal employment is in crisis in Uruguay, and it has been affecting men more than women, because in some sectors that were less affected by the crisis, such as education or health, women are overrepresented, but many women saw their workload significantly increased.
These are activities where women represent approximately 75% of the total employed force, a very large percentage that create the illusion that women are not that affected. We didn't look as affected because we still have jobs, because they were sectors which for different reasons saw an important increase in the workload and worsened working conditions.
Since the pandemic began, the burden of unpaid work for Uruguayan women was substantially greater than for men. Measures such as social alienation, suspension of educational activities, or working from home had to be matched with their family demands, caring for children and domestic work, activities which historically fall on women.
As we know, women have a greater dedication to caring for children, the elderly, the sick, and the adults of the house as well. And all this has also made that many women who work, for example, in formal jobs from home have had to add the rest of the activities they had been doing, but in a much more important way, to extent that there were no other actors.
According to the latest Citizen Perception Survey, women were the most affected in the overall impact of the pandemic, because previously they already had lower employment levels. They received lower salaries compared to their male peers, and they also took care of 75% more unpaid work than men, a reality that must be changed.